G'day! In today's video I'm replacing the display on an iPhone 15 Pro Max. They are an extremely expensive part available off AliExpress. I'm not sure of the overall quality, so I'm guessing I'm going to experience that firsthand. Hopefully it's going to be acceptable. I don't believe there's in-cell versions of these just yet. So this one was, I think, around 400 USD. To begin with, I have had this on my heat pad face down at 65 degrees Celsius. And let's find out what we're going to need to use to get in there. Presumably a pentalobe screw, which is the classic iPhone screw now. It's been around since the dawn of time. Do make sure your device is switched off. Righto, so I've got that done. 2 screws out. From here, I'm going to put some isopropyl alcohol around the outer perimeter. And that should hopefully soften the adhesive to make it a bit easier to get into the phone. And what I like to do is usually this bottom corner down here, just between the gap. Should be able to slide my metal pry tool in. Hopefully just enough, like so. Then I like to fold it up. That tends to lift it up like so. Suck back down. Then I like to just twist slightly and then work my way around. Just slight twists as I work my way around. You don't want to let it lift up too high, as it may, well, if you're working with a good screen, it may potentially damage the display, so I try and keep it relatively straight. Go, that's going along just fine. Then I try and pull and twist the screen to try and lift it up at this top section. Just double check where the cables run. Don't want to accidentally twist and rip a cable. There we go. And that way, fold it over like a book. I see one shield here. So if I move my screws over this way, we'll zoom in a bit more. I see that they've reverted from the iPhone 14 one where they had the weird connector on it. Well, basically you'd open it up and you'd just see metal and a couple of tabs for the battery and the front and facing camera and the screen. Actually, now that I recall, it may not even have the screen there. Fold it over. This seems just very standard, typical iPhone. And that screw there did feel different. The top left screw. Now, I should be able to, in theory, pry this up just slightly. There we go. With that out of the way, I want to lift up here and here for the front sensors. Put that down here. And I do want to disconnect the battery. Not too sure which one. Oh, yep, here. I do like leaving that disconnected and have that, there's the last thing that gets reconnected at the very end there. Just so you don't accidentally short out something when you reconnect it. Comparing the 2 screens that I've got. I find it weird that this little bag seal here, they have, what have we got? Please do not tear bag. Test before, no warranty. Guess I probably should do that. So I'm going to put this aside for a second and just give it a quick test out. Promising. And right now, it seems to be reacting at the higher refresh rate. So now that seems to be pretty good. So actually, I'm so far happy with this one. Turn that off. Always on display is going. So that is doing what it's meant to do, which is very good. Let's switch it off. And let's go. Righto, so now we have 1 screw here. I can find where I put my screwdriver. There we go. I'm just going to put that up above for now. Same with this little bracket. And now I'm going to use some more isopropyl and heat to take this sensor off here. Soften the adhesive. And that's going to have dried up between dealing with a customer. So I'll put some more on there again. And I want to use some very small tweezers to start peeling it up. Should be able to worm my way across. Slightly pulling it. Put some more in there. Go a flat pry tool and just moving it up and down. Slowly releasing it. It's still extremely sticky, so do be careful with that. Don't want to accidentally tear it. So taking this off with isopropyl is a huge help. I'm not sure if I'd actually recommend trying to do this without anything to soften that adhesive. While here as well, I should be able to lift this up, like so. There we go. I'll lift that up slightly there too. And I'll start on this corner and work my way back. Let's now lift it up. This one. Now I should be right to swap that over to the replacement display. I'm lining this up first. Push down, work my way. It should be a matter of putting that cover back over and screw back on. So I'm kind of latching it from left to right, and then I'll put that screw back in there. That should hold it down. Now I've got this installed. Should be a matter of reconnecting it. Do have to remove this little bit of warranty sticker over here. I like using them, especially the ones that destroy themselves. They're absolutely annoying. So now I want to reconnect the front sensor, reconnect the screen, and after that, reconnect the battery. And I will need to lean that on something for now. This can go back in there. I'm sliding it in, so. Just be careful not to accidentally slice a cable while you do it, or the battery. It's a little bit tricky. There we go, line it up over the top. Basically we should be able to start with one screw, once we get one screw into position. Go with that one started. Makes it a bit easier to line up. Another one. Probably do the top corner now. The screw did seem to be longer than the rest, so do note that. Top screw is different. Don't want any reenactments of long screw damage from the iPhone 5 era. The rest of these screws do seem to be pretty much the same, so I don't think there's going to be any other issues of putting them in the wrong spot. Go. This one too. Here. Go. Fold that over. I want to fold it over like a book. I want to make sure it doesn't get crushed when I fold it over in these corners here. Should be able to fold it over. Push it down slightly. It should go into the groove. Like so. And so far fitment on this seems to be good. And then hit the power button, we should start waking up. As you can see on this particular model, the glass isn't sticking out. When there are going to be aftermarket displays that are in-cell, which is basically LCD rather than OLED, they will stick out and protrude past the frame. On this one we're nice and flush, which has me convinced that this would be potentially an original display. I go flick. It's responding pretty much exactly what I would like it to respond instantly, nice and fast, no blurring. So I would say we're pretty good. Let's switch this back off. 1, 2, 3. Slide the turn off. Be able to put these pentalobe screws back in.